Hey Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What bursts your bubble, Andrew?
Confusing fantasy and reality. My CBT psychiatrist told me that I like to daydream, I like to fantasize. For example, most people can fantasize, I wish a rock star was my biological father, but they'll be able to, tell. It's a daydream, it's a fantasy. With me, the lines between reality and fantasy get blurred, and if I start to daydream Billy Joel as my biological father, for example, it just eventually becomes real.
Well, I think everybody likes fantasy. Fantasy is much better than reality most of the time, and I think that also wanting is better than actually having.
I don't think you understand. I realize fantasy can be better than reality. Maybe the fantasy world was more enticing, and that's the reason I began living in a fantasy land. But this is something it goes beyond fantasy being more enticing. Let me tell you this story. For example, I was at Buffalo Wild Wings with friends a week ago, and I saw this big, muscular guy, and I thought it looked like professional wrestler EC3. So I told my friends to pull up EC3 on their smartphones. They looked at the photographs, they looked at the guy at the table over there, they're like, yeah, it looks nothing like EC3. But my imagination started to run wild, and in my mind, that guy became EC3. I started loudly talking about professional wrestling with friends, and when at the end of the night, I tweeted to EC3, were you at Buffalo Wild Wings in Mid-Island, New York? And the guy clearly wasn't EC3.
Well, did you talk to the doctor about that? Did you tell him what happened?
Yeah, I talked to my CBT psychiatrist about this.
And what did he think?
He says, catch the daydreams before they become reality. So, alright, this guy might resemble EC3.
Did you want to catch it? Or did you want to go with it?
Sometimes it's easier to go with the fantasy. If you
easier, or you wanted it?
I guess I wanted to believe that guy was EC3.
Because it was exciting.
It's exciting.
It's almost like gambling. It's almost like winning the lottery. It's exciting to think.
And then the fantasy gets even more out of control. I'm like, is EC3 at Buffalo Wild Wings because of me? Is he here because is he going to play a bodybuilder in my movie? Are we going to make this epic?
Okay, so did you see where you went with it? So you have to put the brakes on. You have to put the brakes on anytime fantasy is knocking at the door. You have to.
And I guess the same can go with negative thoughts too. Obviously, rich and famous kind of thoughts are a little bit more innocent of a fantasy.
Everybody has rich and famous thoughts. Everybody would like to be rich and famous. It's where you go with it. If you swim in your head, anybody can get confused. If you swim in your head, you've got to figure out ways to put the brakes on.
Right.
Anybody alone in their head, swimming in their head, can get confused. Anybody. But just because you have that propensity, you have to put the brakes on because you like it. And it's almost like people that like to overeat or gamble or drink. They know it's toxic, but it's calling them, oh, it feels so good.
Like Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga knows who I am. Like, it feels good. Like, oh, I have a celebrity.
It's exciting.
I have a celebrity fairy godmother who's going to wave her magic wand. I'm going to be rich and famous. But, living in a daydream is so bad for your mental health. What I need to do is, as unfortunate as it may be, catch the daydream, realize it's a daydream.
Live in the real world.
Live in the real world.
Do the hard work.
Right.
And then your reality will be as good as other people's fantasy because the illusion of these people, the illusion that these people are so exciting and it's going to be, they could be the biggest drug addict, the biggest whore, or the biggest. You don't really know. It's just the grass is always greener. You think that life is so wonderful, so exciting. So it's just. The grass is always greener.
The grass is always greener. And for example, I'll be walking around in the city and I'll see, I'll just tweet about actor Edward Norton. I'll be like, oh, Edward Norton, the Hulk. I'll make a bunch of tweets about him. And then I'll see, oh, look at that guy over there. He kind of resembles Edward Norton. And then all of a sudden my mind starts to run wild. My imagination starts to run wild. And all of a sudden that guy might be Edward Norton in disguise. Or that person over there is Lady Gaga in disguise.
You gotta put, it's like putting the brakes on something that's causing you anxiety or fear, or you just got to put the brakes on it.
And there was this guy, Mauro Ranallo, a professional wrestling announcer. He came to the support group I went to, And I guess somebody told me he made a comment on a video I was in, and
So you think he's going to come back?
so I think he knows who I am. The reason he made the comment is because he knows. But what I need to do is stop fantasizing,
But the reality.
accept facts. The facts are nobody besides.
And interesting, you seem to be able to help people and critique people that have a similar situation to you in
Right.
your life. And even with me, you're able to look at things that I do and say, oh, that's, that doesn't make sense. However, with yourself, it takes a lot of practice to be able to stop yourself from going to that.
You need to like my CBT psychiatrist says, catch it, check it, change it. I mean,
CCC, catch it, check it.
I mean, catch it. I mean, what would EC3 be doing Mid-Island, Long Island
There you go.
on a Thursday night? He's probably across the country somewhere with the
It's
WWE.
OCD. It's OCD that spins, like I said, stops swimming in your mind. It's when you swim over and over in your head, you can't catch it and check it because you've already gone too far. So you have to stop it before it starts. It's like saying,
Oh, here's another one. I got a phone call from a support group I go to, and often on the internet I talk about things that, I'm afraid will get me in trouble, but I'm being open and honest with my mental illness, and I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm expressing things that I truly believe.
I don't think that the internet is a place to talk about this.
Okay, so then I got a phone call, and then my mind starts to run wild. I'm like, am I going to get in trouble for what I've posted? But I'm just fantasizing. I'm escalating it.
Escalating.
It was probably just somebody calling, like, oh, we're checking in, Andrew. Are you doing
How
okay?
you doing?
Are you
Yeah,
coming in tomorrow?
in?
Yeah, that was probably what it was. But all of a sudden, I have doom and gloom. I'm going.
Look, I got a phone call on Friday after I had gone for a test. They don't call you unless there's a bad problem, most of the time. So I went from 0 to 90 saying this is the worst. This is the worst. So it's a tsunami.
In a way, you were daydreaming too.
Not daydreaming, catastrophizing.
Catastrophizing.
So daydreaming and catastrophizing are kind of closely linked. So both things you have to stop and you have to logically say, let me get the facts and check it,
Catch it,
check it, change it. Because if you live that way, you're never happy. Because you're always, oh my God, right?
Right.
So it is what it is.
That is what it is.
Somebody said that to me.